Yankees over Kansas City as we go to the top of the sixth and welcome in Tommy John. Haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Are you enjoying Mr. Hernandez? He's having some day.
This is one of his better games that I've seen him pitch. He's pitching the left-handers, fastballs in, change-ups away, and staying away from the breaking ball to the left-handers.
This is Mike Sweeney, the young catcher, and he lines a shot into left field for a hit. Sweeney was batting .268 on the year. He struck out in the third inning.
See the Posada going inside, trying to get the fastball in there, and the El Duque left it up and out over the plate. And Sweeney, actually his swing was a little more vertical, as a right hand had to get on top of it or he would have popped it up.
Another youngster, Mendy Lopez, now playing shortstop for Kansas City as he tries to bunt. He was only hitting .179 at AAA before the call-up. That sort of shows you, TJ, what state AAA Omaha is in these days.
Yeah, it's in Nebraska.
Not that kind of state.
Oh.
1-0 count to Mendy Lopez. Sweeney on first, bunt, foul for a strike.
Susan.
Yes, Tommy.
It's not only Kansas City, it's the Marlins, it's all the mid and small revenue market teams. And Tony Muser, you've got to ride it out. You've got to maybe try and catch the next wave or two. But it's all those teams. They've rushed everybody up, and most of their minor league guys are playing probably a level or two higher than what they should be.
Kansas City 9 games under 500. Swing and a miss, 1-2 to Mendy Lopez. Great changeup there by Hernandez.
You know, with the right-handers, he is so good at dropping down and throwing the heartbreaking ball. Then he'll throw one a little softer, and then he'll throw one that just kind of frisbees up to the plate. And he just has a variance of speeds with that sidearm breaking ball.
1-2 the count to Mendy Lopez. Nobody out. Mike Sweeney on first base. It's 2-0 Yankees. We're in the top of the sixth inning. There's a foul back.
Now with a runner on base, he doesn't pick the leg up as high. But still, he gets down low, and you see him lead with the elbow. And that was look at that ball, just kind of spun out there right on the outside corner. Now he'll go outside again.
1-2 count to Lopez, and as you said, outside, swing and a miss on that breaking pitch for strike 3. How'd you know he was going to do that?
I didn't think it was going to be a fastball, but he throws so many breaking balls that when he throws the fastball, if he throws the ball 88 miles an hour, it looks like it's about 96 miles an hour.
All right, one gone here in the top of the sixth, and here's Johnny Damon. Now, from the left side, what difference will you see in El Duque here? There's inside for a ball. He is going inside, and that's something that I know that Stottlemyre wants him to do.
I don't think, I don't know how you get it across to him, but what I would tell him is watch Greg Maddux pitch left-handed hitters. He throws them hard fastballs in, a little cutter in, and then if you go away, it's a changeup.
There's a fastball lofted into center field. That's going to drop in between Bernie Williams and Chuck Knobloch. Sweeney will go to third, so there'll be men on first and third with one out, and that will bring up Hal Morris.
You know, he's gotten a lot of jammed shots. That ball right there was hit about label deep. See, it's a fastball inside part of the plate. You see it started to tail back, and that's a mistake a lot of pitchers make. It starts to tail back over the plate, but even that, he didn't hit the ball that hard.
Sort of lofted in there.
Yeah, it's just a little lob shot.
This will bring up Hal Morris, ex-Yankee farmhand. Remember when he was here, TJ?
Yes, I do.
Played first base, and there was a guy ahead of him named Mattingly.
Yes, I do. Hal Morris, what a fine young man he is.
One out here in the top of the sixth. 2-0 Yankees. Sweeney on third base, Damon on first. Get back to Hal Morris. I remember when Lou Piniella said to him, you know, young man, you got to put a little weight on. I want you to hit that weight room and maybe get a left fielder's glove.
Like Lou used to hit the weight room.
Well, he evidently did hit the weight room, Hal Morris. And now he's got a left. It had some very good years in Cincinnati.
But he has a very unique batting style in that he moves around in the batter's box. He'll step. His feet move constantly on there, and he...
There's a line shot that's in the left field, and that is going to score a run. Mike Sweeney will score as Shane Spencer lets that ball drop in front of him. So it's 2-1 Yankees, as Hal Morris, who was hitting 190 with runners in scoring position.
Hal Morris has hit with the feet. Watch Morris's feet. Back foot runs up, and then he steps into the ball. That's the way he's hit all of his life. And it's just a timing thing that he does. Watch his feet, and it'll move in, boom, step. Highly unusual, but he's one of the better hitters that I've seen. I know he hit very well when he was down at Cincinnati.
Sure did. Though some guys have that leg pickup, and he does a little two-step there. And that, of course, brings up Jose Offerman. It's a little low with the breaking pitch for a ball. Offerman hitting .310 now for Kansas City. 6 homers, 50 RBIs, and he has found a home here. 1-0 the count to Offerman. Outside part of the plate with the curveball. Beautiful pitch.
In our opening, we saw El Duque strike out a left-handed hitter against Oakland on that same pitch. That ball, he just flips out on the plate, and they give up on it. He backdoors him.
It's a little high with that pitch. 2-1 count. That's almost like a David Wells curve on the outside part of the plate.
Yes. Left-handers do it. The best right-handed pitcher I've ever seen do was Lamar Hoyt when he was with the White Sox. Start that ball out there and just kind of flip it and backdoor him all the time.
2-1 count to Offerman. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate.
And Offerman was looking for something off speed, a breaking ball perhaps, because you don't take, when you're up in the count 2-1, you don't take a fastball right there.
And he knows that. Look how frustrated he is.
Yep. That's, if you ask any hitter, you're 2-1, you're going to look fastball, but because El Duque throws so many breaking balls, he gets you leaning that way.
2-2 the count, and they're inside in the dirt. Did he swing?
No. Richie Garcia's already asked. When the ball got in the dirt, he immediately went down to third base. Watch the slider down and in, and Posada does a good job of blocking that ball. And you see Richie right there. Boom. That's
3-2 the count to Jose Offerman. Damon on second, Morris on first. Already 1 run in here, 1 out. 2-1 Yankees. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Runners are going. There's ball 4. So the bases are loaded and will be for Dean Palmer, a third baseman who came over from the Texas Rangers. And we were talking, Tommy, why you'd keep guys like a Dean Palmer or a Tim Belcher when you could start restocking that farm system.
The big thing that they want with Belcher is that Muser and Bruce Keeson don't have enough leaders in that starting rotation. Apier's down, making a comeback, but they need somebody that you can kind of hitch the harness to and let them pull the rest of the starters along because they're so young.
Bases loaded, 1 out here, top of the 6th, and there's a grounder over to Jeter, over to Knobloch for 1, back to first, double play, and the Yankees get out of it, only giving up 1 run. 1 run, RBI single by Hal Morris. So at the end of 5 1/2, 2-1 Yankees.
Everybody's searching for answers. Everybody tries to find some meaning.
Don't forget, action and adventure are on the way starting tonight at 8. First, when a friend's life is on the line, Xena must join forces with 2 unlikely allies, and you'll never guess who. Then at 9, Hercules must stop a plot to kill his mother before it kills him too. So be sure to make plans to spend your night with the WB11. 2-1 Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 6th as El Duque takes congratulations from his teammates Derek Jeter, Mel Stottlemyre. There's Bernie Williams. David Wells, Hideki Irabu. Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, Tino Martinez up against Glendon Rush.
Glendon Rush has really impressed me with his variance of motions. Dropping down, throwing sidearm to left-handers and right-handers. And right there are two good fastballs to Paul O'Neill, a good fastball hitter.
And he's done that twice. He struck him out twice already, Tommy, and he's done that twice to him.
He's throwing fastballs by him, and then he makes just a nasty, nasty pitch. The last one was knee-high right over the heart of the plate.
0-2 to O'Neill. There's a high pitch that O'Neill fouls back.
But watch him drop down, and when he drops down, it gives the hitter a little something to look for, and you see, Paul, that was not a good swing on a bad pitch.
Usually don't see Paul O'Neill swing at a pitch like that. 0-2 the count to O'Neill. Inside for a ball.
I tell you, Paul O'Neill has a hard time against guys that he has not faced before. He likes to know what they're going to throw, what counts, and all this. When you've got a rookie out there, it's just like hit and miss. You just kind of guess and hope for the best.
And you talk about Rush learning as you go, and he really is. There's a fastball that O'Neill fouls back. And one of the things that the Kansas City Royals and Bruce Kison and Tony Muser are confused about is that one of the things that Glendon Rush always has with great control. And now when he gets in trouble, he seems to just lose it. He hasn't today, but that has been his problem. 1-2 the count to O'Neill. Pitch from Rush, and there's a liner into center field, and it's going to drop in front of Johnny Damon, and O'Neill will be on at first base. Looked like Damon was fooled on that ball, Tommy. Not sure where it was going to land, or is blinded by the sun. No matter, O'Neill is on at first base.
Paul O'Neill got jammed on that ball and didn't get a lot of it. But I think Damon was fooled on the swing. I think he thought he caught more of the ball. Paul hit the ball harder. And you see him bring his hands in right there. He really had to bring his hands in, because if he takes a normal swing, the ball would have hit him about on his wrist.
Bernie Williams 0 for 2 on the afternoon, 2 ground outs. Now batting .346, 14 homers and 60 RBIs. And so much for Bernie Williams missing all that time and being a little rusty.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
And anybody, and we all talked about how Bernie was going to handle things in spring training and what was going to happen, how he was going to handle the pressure of being in his last contract year. And with he's batting .346, he's probably going to win the batting title. 14 homers and 60 RBIs. I think he's handling it just fine.
And he's missed, what, 6-7 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Foul back for Bernie. 2-1 the count to Bernie Williams.
Interesting pitch right there from a youngster. 2-0, but this tells you the respect that Glendon Rush has for Bernie Williams. 2-0, watch the breaking ball. Bernie had a swing as if he were guessing fastball. That takes a lot of courage.
2-1 the count to Bernie Williams. Paul O'Neill on first base. Fastball low and inside. 3-1 count goes to Bernie.
Now here's where he made a bad pitch, a bad pitch, a good pitch, a bad pitch, and now he's 3-1, and we'll see if he can make a nasty 3-1 pitch. This is when he starts to give it up in this 5th and 6th inning. Historically, this has been his bad innings.
3-1 pitch to Bernie. Right up the middle of the field, and there's a single for Bernie Williams. Paul O'Neill's going to try and go to third, and here's the throw. He slides and is safe. Runners on first and third, and there's nobody out, and that brings up Tino Martinez. And as you said, Tommy John, this is where Glendon Rush starts to get in trouble.
He tries to make good pitches, and then he doesn't. Well, Paul O'Neill is off with doesn't even slow down. And I would do that every time, because Johnny Damon has a worse arm in the center field than Mickey Rivers had.
All right, Bruce Kison going out to talk to Glendon Rush.
Now, Bernie gets jammed here, but you see him pull his hands in. But he's so daggone strong, he just kind of pushed the ball off of him and line drive out into center field. And Bernie had thoughts if he was going to loft the ball, if Damon was going to throw the ball to third base on the fly, Bernie was going to take off for second base.
And that's great bat control. I'm glad you brought about how strong he is. Great bat control to be able to pull your hands in and still line that ball to center field.
That's what Bobby and I talk about. As a batter, you cannot be afraid of getting jammed, because if you're a good hitter, your hands will not let you get jammed. And I guarantee you, Chris Chambliss did not get jammed too many times. And if I'm Shane Spencer, I would be hitched to Chris Chambliss, sitting next to him all the time, trying to figure out how I can be better.
Breaking ball in for strike one to Tino Martinez. Tino Martinez with runners in scoring position this season, 365, 6 homers, and 58 ribbies. Not too shabby. O'Neill on third, Bernie on first, nobody out here. Bottom of the 6th, foul back, so it's 0-2. 2-1 Yankees. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now here's where good hitters, first and third, nobody out. You're 0-2, you give in to the pitcher and try to put the ball in play. Even a double play scores a run. You don't want to strike out or pop up.
Foul off to the left side by O'Neill. By Martinez, excuse me. O'Neill on third.
And Susan, what a pitcher's thinking about is I've got to strike out or pop up this hitter so that I can have a chance to get out of the inning. Now, whether Glendon Rush is thinking that, I don't know. But a veteran pitcher is looking at this as saying, I'm down 2-1, I need a strikeout.
Low and away for a ball. Now that was the pitch that came across that struck out O'Neill a couple of times a little bit higher, that fastball that crosses the plate. 1-2 the count to Tino Martinez.
He doesn't want to get the ball too high because Tino Martinez is a good high ball hitter.
There's a strike on the inside part of the plate. That was a beautiful pitch, and Tino was just frozen. So there's one down here in the bottom of the 6th.
This is a fastball, almost, watch the ball kind of cut. It just was a straight fastball on the inside corner, and Tino just paralyzed. That was a pitcher's pitch, and that swing was just a little too late. That was good pitching on
Sure
Rush's part. Yes, it was.
Growing up right here. Low to Tim Raines.
I tell you, playing with the Yankees, playing against the Yankees, that is, will make you old in a hurry.
Well, I'll tell you, Tony Muser was thinking of not starting Glendon Rush here in Yankee Stadium. 50,000 people on a Saturday afternoon against the Yankees, a kid who's been hammered.
Absolutely not. Go out there and say, son, whatever happens. See, this is where baseball people's wrong. Put him out there and say, son, regardless of what happens, this is a learning experience. This is the best ball club in baseball. This is going to be a very hostile crowd. Go out there and take something from this ball game positive. If you win, great. If you lose, take something from it, because this is one of the best ball clubs you'll ever pitch against. With
less than 2 outs, Tim Raines is batting .333 with runners in scoring position on the season. 2-1 count. Scoreboard, I guess, was wrong. I guess that was ball 4. So the bases are loaded with 1 out, and that brings up Jorge Posada. Okay, this is a learning experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a learning experience. He will never learn how to pitch if you only throw him against the Detroits or the Minnesotas or teams like that in small crowds. You got to throw him. Steel only gets hard when you heat it and you temper it, and pitchers are the same way.
Bases loaded, 1 out, and there's a foul back by Posada. Good catch. Good catch. O'Neill on third, Bernie Williams at second. And there's Timmy Raines at first. 0-1 count to Jorge Posada. Posada has popped out to the catcher, Mike Sweeney, and struck out in the 4th inning. One out here. Outside for a ball, breaking pitch. Learning experience also, Tommy, for Jorge Posada. We forget sometimes he's still young. There's a swing line right back up the middle. Here comes O'Neill. Here comes Bernie taking the turn at third, and he is going to be safe at the plate as Sweeney drops the ball. 2 runs in, and the Yankees lead 4-1. Good piece of hitting by Jorge Posada. He's going to get 2 RBIs on that one. Bernie going all the way around from second base. He didn't even look back. Was watching third base coach Willie Randolph with that big windmill sign.
Absolutely not. Ground ball up the middle, and like I said, Johnny Damon does not have a real good arm. But that was a good throw, and had Sweeney held on to the ball, I believe he was out. Bernie is right there, boom, and Richie Garcia had his face right down on the play and saw the ball bounce free.
Well, he lost that ball.
Yes, he did.
That'll bring up Shane Spencer, and he's going to get another base hit and another RBI as Tim Raines comes around third. Hal Morris picks it up, throws it back into shortstop, and the Yankees lead 5-1. RBI single, Shane Spencer.
I'm telling you, Kansas City is going to be like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Who is this guy? Who is this guy that's hitting the ball like that? Shane Spencer is a find. He is a rare find. Slider, down and in, just got it inside the bag at third base. Scored Tim Raines. He's on second base, second, third, but now this is what Glendon Rush has had trouble in the 5th and 6th inning. It's like that third time through the lineup, he's got to learn the pitches to get him out for the third time.
There's a fastball right down the middle of the plate for strike 1. Scott Service warming up in the Kansas City bullpen. Shane Spencer's mom was here last night. First time she ever saw him play was last night, 5 for 5 as a professional. How about that?
That's boy, I tell you that, yes it is.
He said she was crying and so excited. Another RBI single for Shane Spencer. 5-1 Yankees is 3 runs in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Foul back to Brocious, 1-2 the count. Posada on third, Spencer on second. Brocious at the plate. 1-2 the count. Glendon Rush on the mound. Scott Service warming up in the pen. Time call.
The catcher called that. They didn't have the signs right. You want to make sure that everybody knows what's thrown. You don't want, especially with runners on second and third and 3 runs in.
1-2 the count to Brocious. Outside part of the plate, and that's popped out. Out of play. Still 1-2 count to Scott Brocious. He's walked and flied out 0 for 1 this afternoon. Came into the game batting .287. 10 homers, 63 RBIs. 1-2 pitch way outside. Tried to get a breaking pitch over the outside part of the plate.
He's been trying to do that all day. Drop down and throw that breaking ball. Kind of like a Mickey Lolich used to, that low 3/4 and try to break it on the outside part of the plate.
2-2 count to Brocious. Outside part of the plate, long fly ball. If it stays fair, it is going to be home run number 11 for Scott Brocious. A 3-run shot, and the Yankees now lead it 6-1. Homer number 11 for Scott Brocious. 3-run shot into the left field stands.
Susan, it's just a matter of time before the guys get you. Battled hard. Look at that high breaking ball, and you don't throw Brocious high in the strike zone.
6 runs in this inning. Yankees now lead at 8-1. And they talk about Glendon Rush having 1 bad inning, and this is it.
They said the 5th and 6th inning is the one that he's been giving up all of his runs.
Scott Service will come in 8-1. The Yankees will be back right after this.
Back by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. That's on any Nissan, including the rugged and luxurious Pathfinder 4x4. With standard CD player and shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive, it's the best-selling import SUV in the Northeast. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. For the best selection, visit a Nissan retailer today. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
A tailor is to your suit as a good mechanic is to your car. If your sleeves aren't right or your jacket doesn't lie smoothly, you're not going to look good. Which is why we see our master tailors as our most important accessory. After all, they make sure you look as good in our suits as you do in those that cost a lot more.
Every day, more than 3,000 people buy a suit or sport coat at the Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
1-800-776-SUIT.
It happens every day on the streets.
Hey, Blood.
And there's nothing the cops can do.
Y'all got any dope today? Not us. We just say no to drugs.
Except fight back.
Release the woman, mister. I'll freaking shoot. It's always gonna be gangs, man. It's always gonna be fighting.
Robert Duvall, Sean Penn.
Somebody get an ambulance!
Colors, Thursday at 8 on WB 59.
For the first time, she's on her own, ready to follow her heart.
You make me think about things that I never...
Scott Service's first pitch to Chuck Knobloch over the outside part of the plate for strike 1. 8-1 Yankees as they scored 6 times, and one of these days I'll learn how to add.
It's okay.
3 and 3 is 6, 6 and 2 is 8. There's a strike. 0-2 to Chuck Knobloch.
Scott Service has been very serviceable this year. 53 games, 58 innings. Only 23 walks, pretty good, but 67 strikeouts. Got good stuff. League's only hitting 245 off of him.
Knobloch swinging at a pitch outside the zone. And the 5th inning, Chuck Knobloch, leadoff hitter, and now veritable home run hitter. A line shot off the pole. That was in the top of the 5th inning. Oh, isn't love grand? Chuck on her cheek. Is she with the girl that has Jeter on her cheek?
Scott Service got him with a hard splitter. Went right down in the dirt. And Service, see the pitch, watch it go right straight down. Good split-fingered fastball.
That's what you want a splitter to do, yes? Bounce in the dirt?
You want it to be right down in there. That's why if a splitter is a strike, it's a bad pitch.
Fastball. Low for ball 1 to Derek Jeter. Jeter now batting .319, 14 homers, 56 RBIs. He's 1 for 3 with a single. There's a strike. Jeter gone on in an error in the 3rd inning, lined out to the 3rd baseman in the 5th. Outside breaking pitch for a ball. 2-1 the count to Jeter. The big blow in this 6th inning, 3-run homer by Scott Brocious. 2-run single by Posada, an RBI single by Shane Spencer. It's a grounder foul. So So once again, Tommy, the big inning getting to Glendon Rush.
That's right. And that's part of pitching, though. That's part of the thing. You've got to learn how to avoid that big inning. And he started out with ahead in the count to Paul O'Neill, made a good pitch, and gave up a single. Then got a strikeout, you know, so it looked like, well, you know, maybe he can come on, and then the walk to Tim Raines to load the bases, that was the killing blow.
3-2 to the count to Derek Jeter. 2 out here. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. But the Yankees do considerable damage. Scott Brocious, 3-run homer, 6 runs in at the end of 6, 8-1 Yankees.
The search is on for a cold-blooded killer behind an unspeakable
Full day in New York, 8-1 Yankees as we go to the top of the 7th. And it was family day today. And there's young Josh Pettit with the eye black. He's a toughie. And there's Tino Martinez with one of his little daughters. We saw his son TJ running around the bases there before. And the duck. What a great afternoon. We saw Joe Torre and his little daughter Andrea Ray with the duck before. A gorgeous day here in New York. Yankee Stadium pretty much full except for the outer wings of the upper deck. Now tomorrow is Beanie Baby Day, and I know they were putting bleacher seats on sale. Everything else is gone. There are a few bleacher seats left in that center field stands. Otherwise, sold out. So if you don't have a ticket, don't come. Beanie Baby Day.
I've got to believe that the way this ball club's playing, that you can get on a Saturday and Sunday this kind of a crowd.
Without a Beanie Baby?
You should be without a Beanie Baby Day.
They've been doing it fine without Beanie Babies. Jeff King up for Kansas City, as now El Duque has quite a lead to work with. Top of the 7th, 8-1 Yankees. 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th. The big blow, 3-run homer by Scott Brocious. There's a strike, a breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate. 1-1 the count to Jeff King. Stays on the outside part of the plate, a foul back of the breaking pitch by King. King having a very good year for Kansas City. 272, 21 homers, 79 RBIs. Just plays first base now. Used to play third for Pittsburgh. Came over, signed the same time as Jay Bell, who's now in Arizona.
That was one of the signings that had a lot of the general managers scratching their heads, saying, what is this?
1-2 the count to King. He fouls it back. Try and stay alive, fighting off that pitch. Absolutely.
You know, a huge salary for a shortstop. But
Duke and King, royalty on both sides.
I like the Duke's chances on this one better than the King's chances. Watch the fastball. I think he's going to throw him fastball in right here because he's been jamming him. Been jamming him inside. He popped up to the catcher and then popped up to Chuck Knobloch at second base. Hasn't been having good looks.
Outside part of the plate, breaking pitch. And he misses with the ball. 2-2 the count to King.
This is the pitch that the right-handed hitters have a hard time laying off of, but that was out of the strike zone from when El Duque threw it.
High fly ball to center field. Bernie Williams shades his eyes, and he's got it for the first out. When in New York, stay at the Shelburne Murray Hill, where you get a spacious suite for the price of an ordinary hotel room. Call 1-800-ME-SUITE. That brings up right fielder Larry Sutton. Sutton batting .238, 3 homers, 33 RBIs.
Sutton made a nice play on a diving stop in right field a couple innings ago. I believe it was off Paul O'Neill.
Curveball on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Oh, 0-1 the count to Sutton. 8-1 Yankees. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Hernandez pitches inside and misses with the ball. pitch, and there's a foul back. Strike 2. Right-hander Jim Pitsley now up for Kansas City. This bullpen gets a lot of work. 1-2 the count to Sutton. Outside part of the plate for ball.
You see that breaking ball there? If he would take that against the left-handers and just throw it when he wants a strikeout, but throw the changeup, I really believe he'd be better off.
Outside part of the pitch, great pitch by El Duque for strike 3.
Third baseman,
and he just dots the I right here. Boom, that ball hit Posada right in the middle of the chest protector. You know, and it's amazing how he gets that leg that high. And right there, that was a pitcher's pitch.
Brings up Scotty Leyes. Swing and a miss for a strike. Scotty batting .263 since he's been up. No homers and an RBI. 0 for 2 this afternoon. 8-1 Yankees were in the top of the 7th. There's a grounder right back to Hernandez. He'll throw to Tino for the 3rd out. So at the end of 6½, 8-1 Yankees. Will be back.
Yankees baseball on WB 59 is brought to you in part by Connecticut Toyota.
Yankees as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. They had a 6-run 6th inning. Play ball with Yankee legends Ford, Hunter, Gossage, Nettles, and many more all-time Yankee greats. The New York Yankees Fantasy Camp, January 16th through 22nd, 1999 at the Yankee Spring Training Home, Legends Field in Tampa, Florida. Age 30 or older only. Space is limited. $4,295. Proceeds benefit the Yankee Foundation. Call 1-800-368-CAMP. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. There's a little Derek Jeter fan. He's got his little bat watching the Yankees with an 8-1 lead. He's taking pictures of his favorite Yankees, maybe Paul O'Neill, who steps in to face Jim Pitsley. Big right-hander. And Tommy, this is not exactly the kind of reliever that you want. 55 2/3 innings. He's got 34 walks and 35 strikeouts.
Well, it shows you he doesn't have a lot of control and not a lot of stuff on the pitches.
And 70 hits in that 55 2/3 innings. And of course, you look for hits as opposed to innings pitched, and that is not a terrific ratio for the big right-hander. 8-1 Yankees, and there we're seeing why. And when someone is that big and tall and lanky, we've talked about this before, mechanics, it's so easy to throw that off, I would think.
The taller you are, that's why Randy Johnson is really unusual. The taller you are, the higher your center of gravity. The higher the center of gravity, it means you're more apt to get thrown off, to rush or do whatever, break down.
There's ball 4, and that's what we were just talking about. Walk total and strikeout total even now at 35, and that can't be what you want out of a relief pitcher.
But a lot of the scouts now are going and they want to sign the big 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" pitchers because they claim that they're throwing the ball more downhill. And I said, I don't care if the guy's 5'9". If he can pitch, what difference does it make? But they have all these weird things now in baseball that they try to quantify the scouting process. And all it is, can you get batters out? Can you throw strikes?
Bernie Williams 1 for 3 in the afternoon, 2 groundouts and a single. He's now batting .348, 14 homers, 60 RBIs. There's ball 1 to Bernie Williams. O'Neill on first, nobody out. There's a strike, fastball over the middle of the plate. Count all even at 1 apiece. 1-1 the count to Bernie Williams. There's a breaking pitch that Bernie fouls back. 1-2. Frank White, great Royals second baseman. He actually was the first graduate of that Kansas City Academy. Yeah.
There are two guys right there, two of the better second basemen in the American League. One played on turf, one played on natural grass.
And all those battles for all those years.
You better believe it.
Good to see Frank White back in Kansas City. I know he was a coach with the Red Sox for a while. Lou Gorman brought him over. Lou Gorman was running that Kansas City Academy way back then.
Was it UL Washington, one of the guys from the academy also,
so.
I believe?
There's a slew of them. But Frank White, the first, and Lou's pride project.
That was a good idea.
Sure was.
And that academy. Why it didn't catch on, I have no idea.
I think it was probably a little ahead of its time as Bernie takes a ball outside 3-2. This is over 25 years ago.
That's
long time ago. Didn't have the money to keep those kinds of things going. Paul O'Neill on first with a walk. Bernie Williams with a 3-2 count on him. Nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh. 8-1 Yankees. Kansas City with their third pitcher, Jim Pitsley, who replaced Scott Service. There's a fastball grounder. Leyes gets it over to second for one. Back to first. Safe at first. Bernie with that great speed, beating out that pivot throw from the second baseman, Jose Offerman.
Susan, Offerman did not watch him throw the ball here. He just kind of lobs it over to first base. And when Bernie's running, you better have some giddy up on it.
As if he didn't realize who was running.
Yeah, he just took it and just took a nice casual throw.
Or maybe what he's trying to do is aim it so he doesn't throw it into the stands, which he used to do when he was playing shortstop.
Yeah, but it's a closer throw. You know, while we have time here, we'd like to congratulate Richard and Holly McNamara of Pelham, New York. They were married today.
And they're here?
No. They're at their party, at the reception. They probably got the Yankee game on Channel 11.
Grounder to left field with her base hit, but Tino Martinez. There's Chad Curtis, who ran for Bernie Williams. That's Tino's second hit of the afternoon. He's now 2 for 4. So Curtis will replace Bernie in center field. Shane Spencer playing left this afternoon as a reward for his 5 for 5 evening last night.
You know, with Shane Spencer swinging a hot bat, he gets a start. Now this is where Curtis is really valuable. Come in a game like this, and Bernie can play hard, go 7 innings. It's kind of like a starting pitcher. You go hard for 7, and you let the bullpen pick you up. When you've got Chad Curtis, he started all these games, but this is where he is really valuable.
Chad Curtis with his 3-year extension. Obviously, the Yankees think he's valuable too, and he has been a terrific pickup for this team. There's a fly ball over out of play on the left side. Count 0-2 to Tim Raines. You know, interesting, Shane Spencer, Tommy, talking before the game about how he knows when Philly Davis comes back, he'll probably go back to Columbus, but he's shown people that he can hit Major League pitching.
Well, I think both the outfielders down there, Ricky Leday and Shane Spencer, have shown him that they can hit big league pitching, and it's just a matter of getting your chance.
Curtis at second, Tino Martinez at first, Tim Raines at the plate, 1-2 count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, 8-1 Yankees. There's Shane Spencer.
You know, when you're 6'7" and you're out there, he does not take advantage of his height. Watch him get down low on his back leg, kind of like Stan Williams, who drop and drive and then get his hand down. If you're 6'7" or so, stand tall and throw the ball on a downward plane.
2-2 the count to Raines. That's up high for a ball.
And it just looks like he's getting underneath the ball and pushing it up and pushing the ball high. If you're tall, a tree doesn't fall, if you chop it down, that doesn't fall from the base first. It falls from the top down, and that's the way you want to pitch.
3-2 count to Tim Raines. And there's a line shot into right center field. That'll score Curtis. Tino goes to third, and it's an RBI single for Timmy Raines. The Yankees now lead it 9-1. And just as you were saying, Tommy, that stayed up in the zone, and he just clocked it right into right field.
See the catcher giving him a good low target, but the ball was inside half of the plate. And watch his glove go up towards Tim Raines. And that's right down the middle of the plate, and Timmy got a good extension. Didn't try to do anything a lot with that pitch, just a nice solid swing. Centered the ball on the bat for a line drive.
You know who he reminds me of at the beginning of his career? Eric Plunk, who was that big, tall, lanky guy and couldn't get anything down in the zone. Everything was up. It was a little further up. Some of them wound up on the screen. And I remember when he came over here from Oakland, he had terrible trouble with control. Same kind of thing.
Those two guys don't have trouble with control. Just controlling the emotions.
9-1 Yankees, bottom of the 7th inning, 1 run in here. RBI single by Tim Raines. That brings up Jorge Posada. He had a big 2-run single in that 6th inning. That 6-run 6th inning.
Yes, he did. That ground ball right up the middle.
Ball 1 count to Posada. There's a strike. And that evens the count at 1-1. Posada catching today. Girardi will catch tomorrow when Andy Pettit's on the mound. There's a little breaking pitch for a strike. 1-2 the count. In case anybody's wondering, Andy Pettit is going to pitch tomorrow. He threw before the game. No pain at all in that back. Joe said, okay, you're on. Foul back. You know, at this point in the year, if there's any kind of question, Joe Torre's going to say, sit down, we'll see you in a day or two.
That's exactly right, and that's the way you should. You know, now, if the Yankees were a game or two up, then you may have to force guys out there with little owies and get them going. But golly, you got this big lead. You want to make sure that they're healthy and they don't hurt themselves further.
Little owies?
Yeah. You know, like a little tenderness in your arm. Sometimes you got to pitch with a little soreness in your arm.
Everybody does.
If you don't, you'll never pitch. If you only pitch when you feel good.
But there's no need if you feel a catch in your back. Of course, all the trouble Andy had last year with his back. But he's fine, and he will be on the mound tomorrow. 1-2 count. Ball gets away from Sweeney. No move, but Raines will go to second base.
This is a passed ball, or at least it should be. That ball hits him right in the glove.
That's indeed what it is, as Bill Shannon, the official scorer, calls it a pass ball.
Sweeney was trying to frame that pitch, trying to get his glove around it, and didn't catch the ball. It doesn't do any good to frame it unless you got to catch it first.
It's high for a ball, 3-2, and that's what you were talking about, pushing the ball up.
Well, he gets down so low that when he never gets on top of the ball. Use your height.
3-2 count to Jorge Posada. 1 out here, bottom of the 7th. 1 run in. Yankees lead at 9-1. Foul back. Jorge protecting the plate there. That was a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Nice bit of hitting to protect it. Foul it off. Last 3 games, the Yankees have scored 31 runs to the Royals 5. It wasn't so long ago we were talking about the offense, which had disappeared. 3-2 the count. There's a shot foul.
You know, recall coming up to Toronto and doing a game up there, and everybody was saying, oh my heavens, you know, the ball club's in a slump. They're 3-2 on this road trip. And, you know, but they got beat by Jarrett Wright, Roger Clemens, and Guzman beat them. Well, you know, that's three pretty good pitchers that can pitch, but they're so good that it's just like you expect them to excel every time.
3-2 count, and there's a long fly ball to right field. Sutton going back. It's off the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes Raines, and it's a 2-run double for Jorge Posada. And the Yankees now lead 11-1. 4th RBI on the afternoon for Georgie. Congratulations all around in the Yankee dugout.
This is a pretty good pitch, a little breaking ball down and in, and Posada went down and got it. Most left-handed hitters like the ball down and in, but Larry Sutton made a good barehanded catch off that wall.
See Sutton going back, and they love him as a right fielder. Very smart play. Knew where the ball was going to come off of that wall. Very smart play for a rookie. 0-1 count as Shane Spencer gets up. It's now 11-1 Yankees, 3 runs in here in the 7th inning. So 6 runs in the 6th, 3 runs in so far in the 7th off of this bullpen. That was low for a ball. Shane Spencer now has the ball from his first hit in Anaheim. The home runs from last night. 1-1 the count to the young left fielder. Foul back.
He got the second home run too, because we saw on television Mike Stanton negotiating a trade for the home run ball with another ball or two that they were doing, but I didn't know that he got the last home run. That's neat.
That's what he said. I asked him if he got him. He said, how many? I said, how many balls you got? He said, I got all 3. 11-1 Yankees. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 1 out here, 1-2 count to Shane Spencer. One and 2 pitch inside, breaking pitch for a ball. I think all you want to do is show the Yankee brass that you can play on this level.
That's right.
No matter what happens. 2-2 the count to Spencer. Breaking pitch for a strike. Strike 3 on Spencer.
Good breaking ball here, and he gets a very good call from Richie Garcia. The ball was inside, and Spencer gave up on the ball, and the curveball just had a little too much bite.
Here's Scott Brocious, who had a 3-run homer in that 6th inning, scored a run in the 3rd, and there's a grounder to short. Over to first base for the final out. But the Yankees score 3. The score is now 11-1. Bobby Mercer coming back. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you, Susan.
Everybody.
Sam never takes Rebecca seriously, but this time she's going to make him sit up and take notice. She wants his bar, and she'll do anything to get it. Now their barroom brawl is about to turn into an ugly free-for-all. Who will win the battle for the bar? It's Sam versus Rebecca on chairs. That's tonight at 11, only on the WB 11. Well, Homer Bush now will come in to play second base for the Yankees at another blowout here at Yankee Stadium against the Kansas City Royals. Big crowd on hand. Bobby Mercer along with Tommy John. We thank Susan Wallman for being with us this afternoon. In fact, Susan did a pretty good job, TJ, along with El Duque Orlando Hernandez. She got 9 runs for the Yankees in the 6th and the 7th while she was here. So I know this crowd has really enjoyed it. And the Yankees taking advantage of that Kansas City pitching once again.
Well, the Kansas City staff had over a 5 ERA, and they were next to last in the American League in pitching. And they're young, and hopefully Tony Muser and Bruce Keeson hope that they'll get better.
This is Mike Sweeney leading it off for KC, and Derek Jeter. Nice play at shortstop. Sweeney takes a tumble, and he's gone. It took the umpire at first base longer to make the call. I think he was waiting to see if Tino Martinez could hold on to the ball.
What a play. Derek Jeter backhands it, and then right over the top. And he just got the front part of the bag, and I think he got Tino Martinez's foot along with it. We'll see if he gets, he just kind of got tripped up on Tino's foot. Brian O'Nora, the first base umpire, stayed right with it. Look at that, right over the top. What a strong call, or throw. Good call, strong throw.
And a nice play by Derek Jeter at short, helping out Hernandez. So Mendy Lopez down, the 9th place batter steps in. Lopez is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Yankees 11 and Kansas City 1. Yankees in that doubleheader yesterday beat KC 8-2 at the first game and scored 12 runs on Kansas City in the second.
What you don't want to do here, Bobby, is you don't want to try to make more out of pitching than what it is. You got an 11-run lead. The worst thing you can do is walk hitters, and you just challenge them and try to get them to hit the ball on the ground.
3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Now it's 3-2 on Lopez.
Now's the time that if you want to try something on a hitter, it's a perfect time. You have an 11-1 lead. If you want to try to blow a fastball in.
Well, no fastball in, but it's a fastball blown by Lopez for another strikeout. So 6 strikeouts now for Hernandez. Stottlemyre on the phone. Last 3 games, we take a look at the runs scored. Yankees 33 and the Royals 6, and this game still has an inning and a third left in it. Hernandez going for another win. This is Johnny Damon swinging at the first pitch and popping it up. Homer Bush out on the grass towards right field, puts it away, and Kansas City has gone 1-2-3. Yankees in charge, 11-1. On earth, and the game summary looks like this. It's all Yankees. New York third. Brosha scored on Leas' throwing error. Knobloch with another home run, a solo shot in the 5th inning. Morris for Kansas City with an RBI single in the 6th. Posada 2 RBIs again. Spencer an RBI single. Brosius a 3-run home run to cap it off at the 6th inning. Raines RBI single. And Posada comes back with another couple of runs batted in that 7th inning. So the Yankees having big innings in the 6th and the 7th inning to blow this game wide open. And Stottlemyre, TJ, looks like having a conversation with Orlando Hernandez, and it may be all for him. He went 9 innings in his last outing. He's over 100 pitches here.
Well, he went 9 in his last outing. The outing before that, he got roughed up in Anaheim. And here is the Yankee. There's the scorecard. And this is Ricky Bonas.
So Homer Bush leads it off for the Yankees here in the 8th inning. He came in to play second base the last inning for Knobloch. Knobloch leads the game 1 for 4 with his 15th home run. That came in the 5th inning. Swing and a foul over towards Kansas City. Now it's 1-1 on Bush. Bush played third base last night in place of Brosius in that second game of the split doubleheader. And it was the Fab Four for the Yankees last night. And if you take a look at this game today, the Fab Four is coming through again. I'm talking about the latter 4 in this lineup.
The Fab Four. Sounds like a recruiting class.
And Brosius, Shane Spencer, they are all part of that Fab Four.
You know, we've said this how many times. You get through those first 5 guys, and the pitcher has a tendency to kind of let down or go, man, you know, I got through there.
Hit hard and gloved nicely by Offerman. Offerman takes a base hit away from Bush.
Say, Offerman showed a pretty soft glove right here. That was a hanging slider. And this is what Homer Bush, look at that, going hard down the line. When you don't get a chance to play a lot, you got to do everything right. And he's running as hard as he can go. Nice play by Offerman, though.
Offerman has made some nice plays in this 3-game series at second base. One out, and Jeter will step in. Chop foul left side. Jeter 1 for 4.
As Ricky Bonas gets more and more innings in, I think you'll start to see Muser use him more out of the bullpen, because he is one of the guys that can throw strikes and has decent stuff.
And this time, Jeter goes to right field for a base hit. Bobbled momentarily by Larry Sutton, but not enough to allow Jeter to take second base. The Yankees with their 13th, check that, the 12th base hit, and the second by Jeter. Nice piece of hitting here.
Well, you see him just get that head down and go right on out to right field. A good breaking ball by Bonas, and Derek said, hey, that's right where I want it.
So Derek Jeter is on at first base. They will not hold him on with that 11-1 lead. So Paul O'Neill's the guy they're worried about. Good breaking ball from Bonas. O'Neill 1 for 3. He has struck out a couple of times. The Yankees batted around in the 6th inning for the 27th time here in 1998. 27 times this ball club has batted around in one inning. Now it's 2-1. The Yankees with a big crowd on hand today. They are expecting a huge crowd tomorrow as Mariano Rivera and Mike Jerzenbach begin to warm up for the Yankees. Tomorrow is Beanie Baby Day. They are going to give out a stretch Beanie Baby. Andy Pettit is scheduled to toe the mound tomorrow afternoon in the finale of this 4-game series between New York and KC. Another base hit for the Yankees. Paul O'Neill with another base hit, his second of the day. Jeter holds at second. Runners at first and second, only one out for New York in the 8th. They say if you are coming to tomorrow's game, as we take another look at this base hit.
Ricky Bonas got to wonder what's going on here. That ball was down about shin high, and O'Neill just golfed it out there for a base hit.
So Curtis will come to the plate now. He came in to run for Bernie Williams back in the 7th inning. So he will get a chance to hit. Bernie may have hurt himself when he slid into home plate. He took a pretty good hit from Sweeney on that slide, and normally Bernie would not come out of the game, so maybe he hurt his knee, or maybe he wanted to ice it down or whatever in this blowout. That's down low. I'm only speculating. But to get back to tomorrow's crowd, a sellout crowd is expected for tomorrow. They say they still have a few bleacher seats available, but if you are coming, come early. And if you're not coming to the game tomorrow, you can't get a ticket. You can always tune in right here on the WB11, and Tommy and myself will we'll be talking about something. I imagine we'll be talking about the Yankees' 83-29 record after today's ball game, and how about this? Their 41-8 record here at Yankee Stadium. They've only lost 8 games all year. Can you imagine that at Yankee Stadium?
You know, you're supposed to win at home, but at that percentage, that is just abnormal.
41-8. The Boomer has always pitched well here at Yankee Stadium. David Cone, I don't think we can remember the last time that he lost a game here at the stadium. Arabu pitches well at Yankee Stadium. He's coming up on Monday. And Hernandez is getting used to pitching here at the stadium, and I think he likes it. It could be 2. Lopez to Offerman for 1. Back to King, not in time as Curtis hustles down the line. Jeter will end up at third. That's a trademark of this ball club, though. They never quit. You saw Homer Bush run it out with the first out of this inning, and then Curtis beating out the double play here.
And this is the same kind of ball that happened last time. Offerman does not get a lot on his throw to second, or from second to first. And you better throw the ball hard because the Yankee runners are going down there as hard as they can go. You know, that's good to see. With an 11-1 lead, they still work hard. They still hustle.
And this is Luis Sojo, and that is Sweeney, and that is not anything that you want to deal with there. He is in tremendous pain. Oh my goodness. What else could go wrong for Kansas City? He took a direct hit. Catchers have all kinds of protection, but the protection that they have doesn't always protect every area. Let's take another look at it.
Yep, that was a short hop.
He is in dire pain, and the trainer is out there along with the skipper, Muser. Looks like Sweeney is going to leave the game. That's Sal Fasano, who has donned the catcher's gear now. He will come in and catch the rest of the game. And they'll take Sweeney back into the trainer's room.
They already have, what, 5 or 6 guys? 5 guys on the disabled list, and this is the last thing you want to see.
Talked about the disabled list for Kansas City. Kevin Apier is on the 60-day DL. He underwent arthroscopic surgery on his right shoulder. Bevel is on the 15-day. Jamie Walker on the 15-day. Conine, he's on the disabled list. And just recently, they put Shane Mack on the DL. So that disabled list for Kansas City is full. Sojo batting, he's batting .222. No home runs, 8 RBIs. He hasn't had a whole lot ABs this year, but last night he had a huge night for New York in the second game. He was 3 for 5, with a triple and a couple of singles and 4 RBIs. And he got a lot of ribbing from the Yankee dugout after that triple. Looked like he was slowly running out of gas as he was cruising into third. He played first base for the Yankees in the second game, giving Tino a chance to rest. The Yankees with quite a few multifaceted players on this ball club that can play a variety of positions. It's kind of like you come to the ballpark and you say, well, Skipper, where do you want me to play today?
But the thing about Sojo, being a shortstop second baseman, he can play third without any problem, and then going over to first base, it's the same thing. You're fielding. He made some great plays on fielding ball.
Back up the middle, almost took Bonus with him. Jeter will come back in to score. The Yankees will lead it 12-1, and so pinch hitting for Martinez is 1 for 1. He picks up another RBI. Oh my goodness.
Right down the middle of the plate, and Ricky Bonus did a good job of eluding that ball. That, my heavens, the balls are, you look at that. Balls are tracking down the Kansas City ball players. Wow.
Range is 1 for 2. He has walked twice, but he's also scored a couple of times, and he's picked up his 38th RBI. 12-1, New York leads it with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. That'll be out of play off to the left side. I think Dulio's hair is turning black again. No, I guess it's not. It's still gray. Well, there's Dulio. Yeah, it's still gray. I thought for a minute when I looked over it was the headphones.
You know, Dulio's getting taller. He's pushing right up out of his hair.
Popped up left side. If it stays, well, it's going to go back into the stands, so a souvenir. Dulio recently retired, and in fact, that's what I was told, but we somehow cannot get rid of it. It's not that we want to, Dulio. We do like you. That's what they say. That's what they tell me to say, anyway. That's what he told me to say. Another foul off to the left side. Yeah, we're not going to look too smart after tomorrow either, TJ. Our buddy Mike Avalone, who is our statistician and one that makes us look pretty smart. We don't always come up with all these stats and these things. He will leave after tomorrow's game and go back to college. And so we'll have to do everything on our own. I have no idea how we're going to do that, but there's Mike. Yeah, right here, our guy. All the stuff is right here in front of him. He just feeds it right over here to me, and sometimes I slip to Tommy if I want him to look smart. What a great job he does.
That's a tall order.
Yeah, that's a tall order, but Mike and I, we try every once in a while. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Raines.
Yeah, you know, it's just that time of year. Colleges are starting. Schools in North Carolina, Bobby, have been back for 1 week.
Up high, ball 4. The bases are loaded with a couple of men out as Raines walks for the 3rd time in this game. Look at Tony Muser. He looks like he's in some sort of shock down there in the dugout. I don't blame him.
Well, you get your chance to manage, and you want to manage in the big leagues, and then you come up and you get it, and you just have one of those kind of years that.
And Posada is having one of those career years for himself. He is 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. He has also scored a run. Check that, 4 RBIs. Lozano now will go out to talk to Bonus about throwing the ball over the plate, I guess. Well, the Yankees continue their battle against the American League Central when they square off against the Twins for a 3-game set starting on Monday, August the 10th, and then Tuesday, August 11th. Both games start at 7:30. Then on Wednesday, the 12th at 1 o'clock. On Wednesday, the 12th, all fans will receive a Yankee pad and pin, and that's a pad and pin set compliments of Atlantic Bell Mobile. Another base hit for Posada. More RBIs. 2 more for Posada. And the Yankees will take a 12 or take that 14-1. And Jorge Posada is having some kind of day. 6 RBIs. 3 hits. That is a career high for Posada. And we saw earlier where Posada had put his makeup on, and boy, I'd tell you what, he's got the right makeup on today.
I would have to do that again. What a good swing this was. Golly.
Shane Spencer with a base hit and a run batted in. Posada gives himself a chance for the left side and also the right side.
Look at that. Head down, good extension.
Right field. And going back is Offerman. He'll take the one-handed catch, and finally the inning is over with. Yankees scored 3 more. They lead at 14-1. Baseball is sponsored by the Toyota Camry, the #1 selling car in America. Toyota every day. Based on the R&L Polk 1997 total passenger car registrations. And by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. And of course, by The Wiz. For total entertainment, nobody beats The Wiz, a Cablevision company. Well, a few clouds are beginning to settle. It looks like just above Yankee Stadium here. It's been a gorgeous day for baseball. The Yankees have taken full advantage of it. They lead at 14-1 on 15 base hits. And the newcomer in the bullpen, Mike Jerzenbeck, will now take over here in the 9th inning.
Mike Jerzenbeck making his first appearance as a Yankee. You see right there, 124 innings down in Columbus, 95 strikeouts. This guy's got good stuff. He comes from the Queens, from Archbishop Malloy High School out in Jamaica, Queens. And he attended the University of North Carolina. He's a Tar Heel. Wonder if he knows Michael Jordan.
I'm sure he does. We all know Michael Jordan. This is Hal Morris. First pitch inside for a ball. One hit out of 3 attempts for Morris today. Jerzenbeck was recalled from Columbus, AAA club of the Yankees, on Tuesday. And this Yankee bullpen, Tommy, has not allowed a run in 33 innings. You talk about closing the door.
A lot of people think that's their Achilles heel, but just when they start raising that question, you're right, they shut the door right on it.
Morris pops it up off to the left side. And Groshek hauls it in foul territory, 1 gone. Frustrating day for Kansas City. In fact, it's been a frustrating 3 games for this KC ball club. Jose Offerman, who is officially 0 for 2 today, his 27-game hitting streak is on the line. He's the hitter now. So he's got his last chance to keep it alive here against Jerzenbeck. That's outside for a ball. In fact, he got his 26th game hitting streak, kept it alive last night with his last at bat in the 2nd game. Mitchell will tap around and throw them out. Jerzenbeck picks it up and throws him out, so the hitting streak is gone by the wayside at 27 for Offerman.
Bobby, I think Mike Jerzenbeck has outstanding stuff. I've seen him pitch against the Charlotte Knights for the Clippers, and I just think he's going to be a very good pitcher. See the ball sink down and away, and Offerman pulled off the ball and hit it off the end of the bat. Jerzenbeck in good fielding position coming off the mound. Makes a good play.
And Dean Palmer takes one in there for a call strike. Well, the Yankee bullpen, you are hearing some new names down there because Jeff Nelson's on this disabled list, and he's still got the bad back, but we understand he's getting a little bit closer to maybe starting his rehab stint.
Well, that'll be
Nelson's
good news.
been on the DL now about a month, has he?
About that, yes. Yeah. That'll be good news for the Yankees because that son of a gun is tough on right-handers.
Don't tell the rest of baseball.
You know, the reason Jerzenbeck's up, Buddy started the game the other night and pitched a relatively good game. They had to get him down because his arm was tired, so they had to bring a fresh arm up, and that's how Jerzenbeck came up. Go for the punch out.
Well,
Go for the punch out.
The Yankee fans, they've got the 14-1 lead.
Go for it.
And they're standing up, applauding. They want the strikeout.
Going for the changeup.
Get them down. Don't let them up. And they'll get the strikeout. That'll make them happy. The Yankees win another one by the score of 14-1, and Hernandez picks up his 7th win of the year against 3 losses. And the Yankees record now goes to 83-29 and 42-8 here at Yankee Stadium. What a year they are putting together. What a day it has been for Posada and the Fab Four in this Yankee lineup. A lot of new career highs are being set here at Yankee Stadium in 1998. Lots of high fives, and I love those new handshakes. It's so sanitary, too, you know. Let's take a look at the last out recorded by Jerzenbeck to strike out of Palmer. And El Duque sitting on the bench, and he enjoys what he sees in the 9th inning. Yankees win it by the score of 14-1. We'll be back with a wrap-up right after this.
Yankees baseball on WB 59 is brought to you in part by your Tri-State Quality Ford dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, and Nissan. What you want is a great selection of America's best-selling cars. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance, going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because during Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low, 0% financing or $1,000 cash back on Ford Escort and Contour. What you want is the best car. What you need is low, 0% financing or $1,000 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
Lemonade. Can't forget strawberry.
New fruit colada from Dunkin' Donuts. Come see what all the excitement's about.
Back by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. That's on any Nissan, including the rugged and luxurious Pathfinder 4x4. With standard CD player and shift-on-the-fly four-wheel drive, it's the best-selling import SUV in the Northeast. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. For the best selection, visit a Nissan retailer today. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
Well, that's it from Yankee Stadium, and the final score once again a blowout here. 14-1, the Yankees win it.